in the latest regarding the bus and train crash that left 6 children dead in Mpumalanga, the Rail Safety Regulator has released its preliminary findings from its investigations. It seems the driver may have been at fault. Let's get more details now. We speak to Mmuso Selaledi, who is the acting Chief Executive Officer of the Railway Safety Regulator, who's joining us live now. Mmuso, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I mean, you really look at what happened in that particular accident, and there were a lot of questions about what exactly happened here. But your initial report seems to be suggesting that the driver of the school bus may have been at fault. Tell us more.
Good evening, Bonge, to you and the listeners. Yes, we are the Rail Safety Regulator, an entity of the National Department of Transport, which conducted its preliminary investigation. That investigation seeks to determine the facts. It does determine that there was a large level of compliance by Transnet, the operators, to the level crossing protection requirements of the standards and the Railway Safety Regulator. So from the train operation side, there was compliance in the main, and the investigation points to non-compliance with obeyance of road signals and road rules on the driver side.
And this speaks volumes, especially about how, you know, the flouting of rules at railway level crossings continues sometimes.
So one of our responsibilities as the Railway Safety Regulator, together with operators, is around education and awareness. And the key messaging around that to commuters, to road users, to drivers and motorists is to say, always expect a train. A train moves faster than you think. Obey the rules of the road and always maintain caution. So this seems to be one of the key factors in this incident, that motorists necessarily are not obeying the rules of the road, which include the signage at a level crossing.
Is there, you know, especially when people see such incidents, they always wonder that this flouting of rules needs a harsher punishment. Are we seeing that happen?
So at the occurrence itself, we were joined by colleagues at the Road Traffic Management Corporation, law enforcement officials, and they are also conducting their investigations. And we do trust, as an entity of the National Department of Transport, that those investigations will be concluded and the necessary action will be taken up by those law enforcement authorities.
Mmuso, just days later, we've now learned of another severe incident in the Northern Cape. And of course, this is very concerning. Your team has been on the site. What's the latest?
Yes, equally so. We give our condolences to the families in this tragic occurrence as well. I actually joined the team at the site. It was a bakkie carrying commuters on the bakkie. It was crossing what seemed to be a private level crossing. The train approached. It was an empty goods train that approached within the prescribed speed. It looks like at initial observations, and there were issues with the bakkie itself. It then stopped on the level crossing, and the occupants were unable to disembark in time, and the horrific accident occurred, with 4 of them losing their lives and others still in hospital.
And Mmuso, I'm going to ask you, because you say that you were at the scene. Just paint a picture for us when you got there, as you've now described what is said to have happened. What did you find when it comes to some of the families, as well as the help that they were receiving there?
So the scene, if viewers can imagine, is in a farm area. There would be fencing on the one side from the farm, and then fencing on the other side. And to cross the level crossing, you need to open the fence, drive your vehicle over, close the fence behind you. So in those acts, there were issues with the vehicle, the train approached, the horrific occurrence happened. Today as well, we were together with our colleagues at Transnet, the Transnet CEO, who accompanied the Minister of Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation, who visited the municipality. The families were there. As you can imagine, there's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of consoling we must do as government. And it was inconsolable at times. Commitments had been made to the family. And as we say, as the Railway Safety Regulator, we intend to complete our preliminary investigation in 48 hours. To give our findings and also assist the family, together with other law enforcement agencies, to get to the bottom of what transpired.
Yeah, and Mmuso, as you alluded to a little earlier on, I mean, safety at level crossings is a shared responsibility. This is a responsibility of everybody involved, not only just, you know, the driver of that would be a goods train or the driver of a vehicle or the people around. It's everybody's responsibilities. But are the stakeholders understanding this?
Yes, and also no. As the Railway Safety Regulator, as we say, we have a responsibility for education and awareness campaigns with the major operators, which we do conduct. There's also a level of coordination that is required between the major operators, the municipal authorities, provincial government, and ourselves as the Railway Safety Regulator, because you can imagine when you get to a level crossing and you come to the conclusion that you need to increase the level of protection, it involves capital-intensive measures which require funding. And this is one of the stumbling blocks, that over and above the unsafe motorist behavior, funding becomes an issue, and government, together with its social partners, need to find a way to fund the additional protection measures at level crossing, because it is a social imperative.
And I suppose that needs to be done with speed, given these two incidents that we've now just seen and others who sometimes go unreported.
Absolutely. One life lost is one life too many. We cannot allow it as a nation to continue. And South Africa is in the positive yet problematic position. We do have 22,000 kilometers of a rail network, so it is a vast network. There are many upon many level crossings across the country. Yes, the major operators do put in place the protection measures that we require, but just due to the vast nature of the country, the rail network, more can be done, and it requires this collaborative effort between municipalities, provinces, national government, the entities, and private players.
All right, Mmuso, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed there, and we look forward to that report of what happened in the Northern Cape, so we at least even get a better sense of how things are going there. But thank you so much for speaking to us this afternoon. That was Mmuso Selaledi, who is the Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Railway Safety Regulator.